Cakes are no longer just dessert. They could be works of art as well. Take a look at this. It's beautiful, and it was created by Nancy Parent of Tears of Joy Cake Design Studio in Ludlow, Massachusetts. Welcome to the show. That was really impressive.
Thank you. That was a fun one to do.
How did this all come about? How did you realize you had such a talent?
You know, it's funny, I was in banking as an executive for about 30 years, and then I had a health problem, and we didn't know that it was a medicine I was taking killed my hip bone, which is a very rare side effect. And I couldn't walk, so I couldn't work. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll take up cake decorating. I can do that sitting down. And as my daughter says, who knew?
Yeah, well, this is incredible, and everything you make on a cake is edible. Which
everything is edible.
Fantastic. So let's talk about this leprechaun here. You said there's some Rice Krispie treats involved.
The leprechaun, his arms, and his little beer stein, because what leprechaun wouldn't have a beer
of course.
mug, are all Rice Krispie treats molded and then covered with chocolate and then covered with fondant.
Wow.
And then the cake is actually a 2-layer cake, and then it's covered in fondant and has little fondant coins.
So cool. Let's take a look at some more pictures that we have, because all of them are so impressive. You do wedding cakes, a lot of groom cakes, and this one's pretty with the flowers.
It's a wedding cake with cascading calla lilies and roses, as if someone laid their presentation bouquet over the cake.
Oh, how wonderful. And that's quite a rose in the middle there.
That's a Ron Ben Israel technique, and I was proud to learn that. That is a fun cake to do.
And it just looks beautiful. And wow, tell us a story about this one, because this is so impressive.
I belong to an organization called Icing Smiles, and it's a wonderful organization. It's for anyone who has a severely ill child, and they don't have to be dying, obviously. That's Make-A-Wish, but this is severely ill. They don't have time to think about things like birthday cakes, and so there is probably thousands of us nationwide who donate our time and talent. If someone is having a birthday or a sibling is having a birthday, they'll tell us what the child wants, and we'll create it for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure she was so excited with that, right?
She was 3, and this was her dream cake.
Oh, and it's beautiful. All right. Well, today we're making cupcakes.
Yes.
For St. Patrick's Day, how appropriate. And this isn't too difficult. Anybody could do it?
Yes, that's my point, is that you don't have to run out to a bakery. You can do something really cute yourself.
All right.
And so I'm going to show you today how to make some chocolate shamrocks. You can do those a day ahead. You can do them weeks ahead. Just store them in a cool place.
Okay.
You don't have to do it at the time. And what I just wanted to show you is you can go to a craft shop and just get some chocolate melts.
Okay. And they're green already?
They're green, and you want to buy the color. I bought a regular coloring set that you would use for food coloring. Never use that on chocolate. It seizes up the chocolate. So you want to buy the color you want. And now they have these cute little bottles that you actually put the discs in and melt it in the bottle, and then you use it.
Yeah, they're making it simple, right?
Right. So the chocolate discs were $3, and the 2 little containers were another $3. So it's not an expensive way to do something kind of unique.
All right.
So I went on the internet and I found this template of shamrocks.
There's a little pattern here.
Yep. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hope that my chocolate comes out.
And you follow around the pattern there, and you should mention we have a little layer of wax paper over it.
I do, and unfortunately, while we were waiting, I think this heated up.
On us. But so really, the gist of it is you heat it up and you follow the pattern, more or less.
Right. It's like when you were in grade school, and you're just going to stay inside the line so that it doesn't spread out because the chocolate is warm. Or if you're very talented and you don't have time to go out and print something, a shamrock is unique in that it's 3 heart-shaped leaves.
So it is, okay.
Right, so you just do the 3 heart shapes and put a little stem on it, and then what you do is you put them in the refrigerator, and it takes about 5 minutes for them to set up.
All right, very good. And you have the frosting over here?
I do. So the cupcakes that I made are green, but they're actually red velvet cupcakes, and they're made as green velvet. You just change a couple of the ingredients. So I'm going to make the traditional icing, which is a cream cheese icing.
Which is delightful, we should add. And it goes well on really a lot of different types of cupcakes.
You know, cupcakes are very popular, and red velvet cupcakes are really taking everyone by storm. And this is very easy. You're just going to use 1 stick of butter, and you're going to use 1 package of cream cheese.
Okay. And you probably don't want anything low fat here, right? You want the real stuff?
You know, the thing is, if you can do it low fat, but the consistency changes. So you just need to be careful about that. And once you've creamed them, then you're just going to add some confectioner's sugar. It really could not be an easier recipe. So you add the confectioner's sugar 1 cup at a time, and I gave you the recipe for the website so people could have it if they want it. And you're just going to do 1 cup at a time and check the consistency. And what you want You want to get a consistency similar to this.
Oh, look, you have some made already.
I do.
What do you know?
The magic of television.
So now, Dan, let me ask you, is there a secret of actually putting the frosting right onto the cupcake? Because sometimes you get crumbs in it, it gets messy.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, I'm going to show you how to do that. So basically, once you've made, do you want me to continue making the frosting? Or
No, let's ice some cupcakes, see how to do it.
I went to the grocery store, and in the baking aisle, they had these reusable vinyl bags, and then you could buy just a 2-tip set. And together, again, it was only $6.
So it's affordable. Go.
Right. And this tip 18 is a very, very common tip. So what I'm going to show you are 3 different ways, I'm going to take the gloves off for a second, to do cupcakes.
Okay.
So the first way you have is what they call the Queen's Wave.
All right.
And you just take a dollop. I love a dollop.
Just a dollop.
You put it here, and you just wave it on.
Oh, as if the way they would be waving. I get
Right.
it. Very good.
And so it's just an average little cupcake. Or you can take a vinyl bag.
You can get fancy here. We have about a minute left.
Okay. We're going to lose the tip.
I'll get number 18 for us. There we
Thank
go.
you. Nobody will be eating these because we just dropped that.
It's clean. But this is simple. I mean, you're really demonstrating the fact that you don't have to go order your own cupcakes. You could...
You don't. I mean, there's so many times that you do go to someone for a wedding cake or a novelty cake, but there are times you can do it yourself, and you know, it can be a fun project with your family. I used to do a lot of this when my daughter was little because it was great us time.
And we're looking at the fire cap, it looks like here, fire helmet.
I did that for the town's captain. So here I'm taking the 18 and I'm just doing
Oh, see, I can see the pattern there. Very easy.
little spiral.
Fantastic. And then obviously once the Shamrocks cool, you stick them right on top and you have a finished product.
Exactly. Or you can take the bag the way it is without a tip, put a little more icing in it.
And that probably would give us a thicker line, I'm assuming?
Well, it gives you that little cloud effect that you may have seen. You know, it looks like a little pile of, I don't know, little pile of frosting, a little cloud. Just make sure
we'll give you one more cupcake here. All right, and again, all the information is on our website, WTNH.com. I know we're going to taste these at the end of the show, and we can finish decorating. Nan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It was great to be here.
All right, coming up next on Stage 8, Music Haven transforms lives through music. The Haven String Quartet performs right after the break. We'll be right back.